the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, packed house tonight. We've got quite a few things going on here. First thing I need to do is I'd like to get a motion for the approval of the amended agenda supply.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All right, all in favor of the approval of the amended agenda supply, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Okay, I'm going to call Mr. Hawk forward. He's going to do the recognition for the CECC building.
Okay. And we will start with students, and from Mrs. Rush's preschool class, we'll invite up Genevieve Stankard. All right, Ms. Rush reports, Genevieve always comes to school happy and ready to learn. She is a thoughtful friend and always acts with kindness. She's always willing to help out where needed. She demonstrates strong leadership during stations. Good job.
All right, next we have Mia. All right. All right, Miss B says that Mia comes in every morning with a smile and is happy to be at school. She is an awesome friend to all her classmates and loves to help not only her teachers, but other students and adults as well. And she loves to tell us about her puppy, Flipper.
Next, out of Mrs. Lear's kindergarten class, Denver Pilot. Mrs. Lear reports, Denver is a leader in the classroom because of her ability to see things that need to be done. She jumps in to do them without being asked. She speaks up for others when they need help, and she is dependable, always dependable to help her teacher. Good job.
Next we have Sadie Smith. So Mrs. Miller says that Sadie's first experience in a classroom began at school this year. I see her walking through the CECC library towards our classroom in the morning, and she always has a smile on her face. She is easy to work with as she cooperates well. She seems to love learning. She is kind and helpful to others. She even stopped one morning to help Mrs. Wirtz with the milk cartons that were stuck together. She wasn't asked to help. She just saw help was needed, and she jumped right in. Good job, Sadie.
All right, last but not least, from Ms. Pallen's kindergarten class, 3L Field. Ms. Pallen reports 3L is a positive role model for students in my class as well as other students at CECC. She is a great help for her teacher. Riel makes sure that her teacher has her walkie-talkie and cell phone at all times. Not even Riel. She always has a smile on her face and enjoys learning. Good job. Did you feel bad? Staff.
We're gonna take pictures now.
Two. Ready, ball, turn red. Probably. That's okay.
One, two, three, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. There we go. Thank you.
Oh, Ms. Powell. Try to get way too fast. For staff recognition, first up is Elise Powell. Where can I start with my description of Elise Powell? She is a master of order chaos. Ms. Powell blends the nurturing warmth of a caregiver with the strategic precision of an expert educator. She serves as the critical bridge between home and the academic world, establishing the foundational love for learning that carries her students through their entire lives. She blends patience with an approach to classroom management that is fair but firm, and she starts and ends each lesson. Over here.
Talk about chaos. Chaos. Chaos.
Here we have Tiffany. Tiffany is a unique blend of early childhood specialist, nurturing caregiver, mom, and creative facilitator. Her focus is on that developmental leap between home and formal schooling for our littles. She comes to her classroom each day with playful energy and uses singing, rhyming, and hands-on activities to turn moments into learning opportunities. Preschool classrooms can be a bit unpredictable, but Mrs. Rush remains a steady, calm presence. She provides a loving, safe environment for the students in her care.
And the next person is Christine Chastain. She could not be here today because she is leading a Girl Scout troop, but I will go ahead and read my statement. Chris is the unsung backbone of Camden Early Childhood Center. She's a seasoned professional who possesses a level of intuition only experience can provide. She doesn't just assist, she anticipates, often addressing challenges before others even notice them. She knows which students are about to lose focus, which lesson is likely to confuse a class, and how to subtly intervene without disrupting the flow of the day. For the students, she is a fixture of safety and consistency.
Next, we have Ian Hill. Hannah is the spark plug of the classroom, a vibrant, energetic presence and a great teammate. She brings a fresh perspective and enthusiasm to each school day. She is the first to get her hands messy and is willing to jump in whenever needed. Whether it's finger painting, handprint making, slime making, or helping a child put on their own coat, she leads by doing. She is an asset to the Camden community.
My next person also isn't here. Might start with class. His name is Troy Fry. He is a custodian at Camden Early Childhood Center. Here is a gentleman that has a smile for everyone he sees, a high five for every student he walks by. Troy adds to the culture of Camden Early Childhood Center by using his sense of humor to draw everyone else into his approach of incorporating fun into work each day. Troy notices the small things and often finds discreet, compassionate ways to help. He approaches his work with pride and helps to ensure Camden is a place where dreams begin each morning.
Diane Worth. Diane retires this year after 35 years of service. She began her time at Camden on May 13, 1991. And it just so happens that we will celebrate her retirement 35 years to the day that she was hired on May 13, 2026. She has been tirelessly dedicated to not only the students in the school, but also to preserving the town of Camden and its history for future generations. After retirement, you'll maybe find her at the library a couple days a week, continuing to preserve that Camden history and the Camden school history. So.
Next, I'd like to invite up Tori Johnson. Her title says nurse, but it should really say does it all. Whether it's nurse, recess aide, secretary, subbing in essential skills, the transition room, running things between schools, you name it, she will do it. She is funny and witty, and she does everything with a smile or a smirk, and usually a joke at my expense.
Time for pictures.
Okay.
Of course.
I was listening to Alexa's brain.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hawk, Mrs. Carlson, and Dr. Moore for that presentation. We are going to continue with another presentation. As these presentations get over, if you don't feel that you want to stay, you are welcome to leave. So don't feel bad if you do that. We are going to go ahead and move forward to the presentation and recognition for Dr. Moore, the Superintendent Student Advisory Council.
Thank you. And at this time, if all members of the Superintendent Student Advisory Council want to join me at the front here.
I'll just stand here and look pretty for y'all because I don't know what's on this slide.
Here's Chris's presentation.
I am so excited for this group to be here tonight. These students here were very brave and applied to be part of the first Superintendent Student Advisory Council. They were chosen amongst many students that were eager for their voices to be heard, meeting with me on a regular basis to talk about what's going well at our school district, the improvements that need to be made, and to go back to their peers and gather information and bring it to me. So I'm just very proud tonight to share with you their presentation that they put together to talk to you about what this council is and what they do. So I'll let them take it away. I will be in charge of the slides for you. Hopefully I do that well.
Unless if it's working. Oh, there we go.
You can introduce yourselves by name.
Avery, you want to start coming across?
My name is Avery Barngrover. It's nice to see you all here tonight.
My name is Caden Smothers. Again, nice to see you all here tonight.
All right, my name is Sonia Colon. Nice to see you guys tonight.
My name is Taylor Hartman. Thank you for coming tonight.
My name is Rayla Martin, and it's wonderful to see you guys here tonight.
I'm Emma Brooks, and I'm a junior.
I'm Nate Wakeman, I'm a junior here at Delphi, and I'm happy to be here.
And I'm Clayton Duff, one of the seniors. So as you can see, there's 10 of the 12 of us here tonight. So pretty good turnout for this presentation. So hopefully you enjoy it. You did it.
I think,
I can do it.
okay.
Okay. Member selection and meeting structure. If a student is interested in joining the Superintendent Advisory Council, an application will be out at the beginning of the very beginning of the school year. All incoming sixth graders through current juniors are eligible to apply. Applications are reviewed and selected, and selected students are invited to participate. 2 powerful students from each grade will be chosen. Meetings are held regularly to discuss student concerns, ideas, and potential improvements. Members are expected to actively participate, collaborate, and represent their peers' voices.
Dr. Moore's purpose. Ensure that every student's voice is heard and represented across Delphi Community School Corporation. Provide meaningful opportunities for students to share perspectives that help guide decisions and improvements. Support a school environment where students feel valued, respected, and included. Promote a positive culture focused on growth, learning, and student well-being.
So as members, we are instilled with purpose and passion. We believe that our purpose is to stand in the gap and become equipped and to cultivate a unified community. When I ask myself, who is Delphi? I think of so many different things, but I think it's that we can come together and we don't look at just our successes and our achievements and who we are that way, but we come together in humility so that we can look at the improvements and look at what we need to fix and create action items to reach those goals. Our second point is diversifying voices through first-hand experiences. In school, we're surrounded by so many different morals and values and beliefs and cultures. And I think that it's not about, saying who's right, who's wrong, but it's about coming together and sharing each other real love and seeing each other in that. And then unifying student body and enhancing student administration relations is also a purpose of ours. In a school corporation, we think sometimes as students, we see teachers as just going through and pushing us through to a degree and so we can get a job and have a living for ourselves. But it's more than that. And as students, it's really nice to think about what community really means to us and how we can play a role in talking and communicating to each other. And then our last point is transcend normalities into a transformed reality. It's really important to think of it as a community, as a tightly knit family. And when we have change, we can think of it as small incremental improvements. But it's more than just improvements because transformation is a permanent thing. And that can ascend to so much more. And we can raise and go beyond change and instead go into transformation.
And with this, there's 12 of us in this, and we are all very diverse from each other. And that brings in so many different viewpoints to her attention. And that really, as you see further in this, we're going to see brought a lot of change to this year. And I just think the very diverse group of 12 of us brought in just so many different viewpoints and have really opened my eyes as well of just different sections of the school that maybe I wasn't participating in.
Changes. Much has changed here at Delphi Community School Corporations. To start off, new hirings for coaches and teachers were Coach Peoples got hired this past February and got announced as our new football coach and will be starting this next school year and throughout the summer. Also, improvements consist of the new stuff in the athletic department with the new lockers that they did and the new court that just got installed into the high school arena. Also with the new scoreboards that got installed in there. We also have added a bunch of social media. We now have an Instagram, a Twitter. We started doing YouTube stuff so we can monitor and post school board meetings. And our Facebook has really picked up and started posting a lot more about just general stuff that you need to know and how much people are on those platforms and really cool stuff that not many people see because again, they're not at the school. But again, you can look online and you'll see all the wonderful stuff that's happening at Delphi. You can also see all the stuff that has happened with the updates with all these services and these clubs, which is pretty cool.
And this is all coming from our voices. She asked us all these different apps. What do you guys use? Like, am I reaching the right crowd? Reaching all the crowds. So we kind of brought in, what do our parents use? What do we use? And that's why you see all these starting to take off, because each generation seems to use a different app.
Improvements. Many improvements, like we've just said, have been talked about in meetings. So like Clayton just said, she listens to us, and that's why we have all this, is so she can use our voices. And again, we have kids from middle school and high school, so she can see what's going on. Because again, she can't be anywhere at every time, so it's really important that we have these meetings so she knows what's happening, and we can recommend stuff to her, like parents. That was a huge thing that we did this year. Was people or parents at least were not getting vital information they thought that they needed. And now Parent Square has been used a bunch, and now you get emails through Parent Square. So again, just the communication stuff, especially in the winter when we have TR delays and e-learnings, it's really picked up, and it's been really great since the first meeting.
Marketing, the Delphi official accounts, everything's on all the social medias, everything that we just started using. We started posting all the stuff throughout multiple different websites, including Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, and sometimes X, Twitter. So really, we're just upping our communication, upping our school spirit throughout all these, all the school supplies and shirts and all that sort of stuff.
Okay. And so a big endeavor that Dr. Moore has taken on and a really crucial step towards district success has been the creation of a strategic plan for DCSE. And while we didn't help physically create the plan, we have been a part of many numerous discussions that pertain to many important topics that helped create, and it's really set the foundation for this new plan. And so, and it's been reflected in many important aspects, one of them being the career pathways. This this is a part of goal number 2 if you've seen it. But we talked a lot about the CTE courses and other career preparedness classes here at Delphi, and we talked about their effectiveness, but also how we can improve those. And we did it not just for the high school, but for our middle school as well. We also talked about the behavioral health resources here at Delphi. And this is one topic I felt was very important to touch on, and where our voices mattered a lot, because as students, we see stuff that sometimes adults don't. And we have a good idea of what works and what doesn't work when it comes to correcting behavior. And so I think where we're at is a really good place, and I think we can expect to see a lot of improvement. And lastly, we talked a lot about how Delphi is perceived throughout our community and what we could do to improve the image of DCSE. And so one big thing we discussed was the many different logos and images we used to promote, and how we can condense that down into one single image, consistent picture. And we had, I'm sure you can recall, we had D, we had which was used for sports, athletics, and then we also had the Oracle. And that we debated on what should be the main image that our community can recognize us by. And we've decided on the Oracle. That's our new logo. And now that's just one example, but many different we've had many different talks about what we could do to improve community outreach. And I think that's heavily reflected in our vision and our goal mission in that strategic plan.
The list of changes. So we also were talking about that there wasn't a lot of things going on with the athletic department. So we decided to get some new equipment for a lot of sports, and teachers had been more environment, whatever that says, with their students. And Dr. Moore has been talking with the DCSC staff members and students a lot more often now, trying to get their perspective of things. And we now have a social media section for our community communication, and our new logo, our new motto and mission statement has also came around this upcoming year. And Dr. Moore has set up a group to bring info for the better of the corporation. And we also have a brand new bulletin board in the middle school. Reflection and future direction. Our meetings allowed us to turn vision into action. This year has delivered an opportunity for advancement far beyond discussion. Foundation of this council has set off for continued progress next year. As a group, we have met goals permanent for the development of the student voice and active participation.
This group has played an important role in driving improvements and achieving goals. Many of the positive changes we've seen would not have been possible without students coming together and sharing their views. While teachers and administrators work to make decisions, student input is essential in creating meaningful change. This group has brought forward important concerns and ideas, and those ideas have been heard and acted on. Because of that, real progress has been made.
Great job, guys. I just want to say how incredibly proud I am of them, the amount of time that we spent together this school year, and just the work that they've done, the conversations we've had. They're leaders of our school district. And I just appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. I'm going to miss you guys a lot. You can play again. And I have certificates for everyone. Elon, Nick is here. Jalen. Reagan. Ella. Kaylin. Raylan. Avery.
Thank you.
Sonia.
Thank you.
Maeve. Madison. Aiden. Clayton. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you to all of the students that were on that advisory council. It is great to hear all of the comments and the ways they can be involved and really get that interaction with us. As they said, maybe we don't see the perspective on things that they do. So I think that's very nice. We do have one more thing here. The DCHS Ag Livestock Judging Team, Ms. White. Come forward, please.
Too many.
Never too many.
Yeah.
So to start off, we'd just like to thank you for allowing us to speak tonight. So to start off, all the way back in March of this year, we went to Blackhawk where we started off and we were 10th overall team. Then we traveled to Lakeland and we were 9th overall team, 5th high team in sheep and goats, 6th high team in swine. Aubrey was outstandingly 9th individual, and then she was 4th in cattle as well. And then we went to Western Illinois, which is a senior college university, where we were 4th high team, 5th high in cattle, 7th high in swine, and then 2nd in reasons. Aubrey was 4th individual in cattle, and then she was also 5th individual in reasons. Clayton was 3rd high in sheep and goats and 2nd high in reasons. And then I was 4th high in swine. And then we went to Joliet and we were 3rd high team, 5th high in reasons, 4th high in sheep and goats, and then 8th high in swine. Clayton finished 6th, and then he was also 5th individual in swine. And then Clayton was 7th individual in reasons, and then Aubrey was 4th individual in sheep and goats.
So you hear our lists are getting longer as we come on, so we're building, but it's so you guys understand the different divisions. So there's the overall, and then keeps breaking it down. They break it into the sheep and goats is one division, cattle is the other, swine, and then reasons is its own separate one. So you can win awards in each of those for recognition, and then overall for an overall individual, and then overall as a team. So there's just different divisions, and obviously we have better days in different divisions throughout. But
Clayton, explain what livestock judging is to everybody.
so we walk up and we get to the contest. There's 4 classes, or not 4 classes. There's 4 animals in a class. They're going to be of the same species. So you're going to go look at 4 heifers. We have priorities. That's why we practice, same as your sports team, but we practice looking at livestock on the screen and studying different animals. You have preferences throughout. So then you're going to place the animals best to worst, or what we think's best to worst. Maybe the officials don't think so. And that's how you get your score. So the officials will go through. If I like them 1, 2, 3, 4, but they like them 2, 1, 3, 4 with cuts of 3, 2, and 5, then I take a 3-point cut on the top and I get a 47 out of 50. So, but if the person likes it, it's just that's how you get your points throughout the day. There's a set of officials who go around and judge the classes, and we judge the classes. And they're the referees that then we compare back to. Is that good analysis?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna roll into Lincoln Land ICC there. That weekend we were gone from Thursday on. On Thursday, we went to Lincoln Land, ended up 8th high as a team, 4th in the pigs, 7th high team in reasons, and 8th high team in sheep and goats. I ended up as the 6th high individual, 7th in swine, 10th high individual sheep and goats, 7th in reasons, and then Addison was 5th in swine. That was a pretty good day for me. I got called out in every division in the top 10. ICC, we went 10th overall, and we ended up being the high team in cattle, beating some very high quality teams from across the country between Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky. We were 5th high team in reasons, 10th high, and Addison was 10th in cattle. Ari was 6th individual in cattle, and then I ended up being 5th in cattle. So we were pretty tight across the cattle, kind of fell out of bed everywhere else. And then this is another cool thing that the Illinois circuit does. So all these contests that we're going to that you guys have approved us to do, there's a group that puts on, they call it the All Around Awards. So out of the 5 contests, they take your best 4, they add up your scores, and the person with the lowest score wins at the end of the day. I ended up 10th in that all around out of 300 out of 300, and Aubrey ended up 21st. So out of the 2 kids here from Delphi, we were, and Addison, what were you, 33rd? 26th.
The top 25 got banners.
Yeah, so top 26 out of 300 or something. All 3 of us were up in there, so it was that means that we judge consistently from contest to contest. That's how you get your score. So,
Abby.
Sorry, can you explain what reasons is?
so it's the reasons is so we place the class. We take notes over it, and then we have to go into a room with a stranger and tell them why you placed the class that way. So you have to rationalize why you made your decisions, and you have to believe that you were right in the time of being it. So it teaches you to be confident. It teaches you to make quick, rational decisions and being able to defend it to a stranger. So it helps with a lot of just employability skills for one, but 2, also just self-improvement and bettering yourself. So the reasons is probably the hardest part of it after you can get off the floor. The reasons is what separates contests. So when we're up there in the top top 5 in reasons, and Aubrey will get to our good day here in a minute. But when we're consistently in the top 10 in reasons, that's very big improvement. That's our goal was reasons throughout the year, and we got consistently better.
All right, so we had an invitational that we went to. It was the Lewis Cass Invitational, and we ended up high team overall at that contest. And then the regional contest, which you had to qualify to get into state, we were 3rd high team there. So then state, that was our goal we've been working for all year. I'll start with individual finishes. I ended up 10th in sheep and goats, 8th in swine, and 5th in reasons. And then I ended up 4th individual overall. Clayton was 8th in swine, 2nd in reasons, and then 5th individual overall. And then team finishes, we were 3rd high team in sheep and goats, high team overall in swine, and then 2nd high team in reasons, and then we finished 3rd high team overall. So that was our highlight of our day.
So she's kind of downplaying it a little bit. Like, we were 3rd in the state out of 40 teams, out of 140 individuals. We were 4th as a sophomore, 5th as a senior, 2nd in reasons. And she was 5th in reasons. I mean, that's a pretty incredible day for a group of kids coming from Delphi. Like, that's not a name that normally was reckoned with. And now we were standing there. If we would have been just a little bit better in Cattle, we lost contest by 10 points. So Cattle decided it. And there was the team standing down there that's won. They 4-peated it. And they said, "Are you going to beat us today?" And I was like, "I hope so." But we ended up not. But she's downplaying that a little bit. It was an outstanding day at state. That's going to take us to Kansas City this fall to judge at the American Royal. 1 team out of each state gets to go to that. So we are the team from Indiana going to that. So
Congratulations.
and then in closing it out here. 2026 brought a lot of new challenges. We brought on a new coach, Mr. Caleb Myers, and with our advisor, Ms. White. We set goals at the beginning of the season. We wanted to be in the top 3 teams. We hit that, and we wanted to improve in our reasons, and we wanted to end up at Denver and Kansas City. So we hit all of our goals this year, so we really improved as a team. It brought us some college experience in building our networks. We got some reasons help from some junior college kids that have been our friends. We brought them on. They were willing to help us. We see our reasons scores rise. So it shows that if we can network a little bit, we're going to get better throughout the year. As I said, we were lacking in reasons and seeing stock consistently as a team. We got consistently better throughout the year as we started getting our names called more, bringing home more awards, and then in the all around, which was a big goal of mine, we ended up sticking all 3 of us in the top 30. So, I mean, that was a very high quality year. Really appreciate Caleb's dedication and the time that he spent with us, achieving all of our goals. He didn't miss a practice. He was always here. He was a little bit late. Oh, well, still made us a priority to help get us better. So really, really thank him because he helped us achieve our goal of top 3 in the state, 2nd in reasons, and headed to Kansas City this fall. So thank you, Caleb, for volunteering us, and we truly appreciate all that he's done for us to help advance us. So is there any questions for anyone?
I just want to say a well-decorated group, so congratulations. Does this help? I mean, do you have friends and people that maybe don't judge that now want to because of the success you're having?
I mean, I'd hope so because that's the bad part is I leave this year, so we're going to need to find a 4th or 5th. I'd love to get multiple teams, but we got to have the want for people to do it, and I hope that us seeing that we are competitive and will help bring some people in.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean, that's exciting because I think obviously successful programs draw people, and that's, I mean, you guys are showing that. So congratulations again.
Have you decided where you're going to the next level at?
I'm going to go compete at junior college at Joliet Junior College. I'm going to go up there. The coach is just from Walton, and she was one of the first to reach out to me. Brought a pretty good team in. She's young, so I'm going to give her a shot. Hopefully we'll go be competitive at the next level as well.
So being in competition has helped you get to that next level for somebody to seek you out.
For sure. It was all of these that we go to. We went to Joliet's contest, and she was also I've been friends with her brother, so that helps. But that's also this, if I never would have done this, there would have never been the network. And this network is just built and is now taking us to the next level. Hopefully I'll do the same for the rest of the team and just us being able to go do this, obviously we're competitive at it, which brings your name to it. But when we work out over Memorial Weekend, we work out with junior college teams. So that gets your face out there. And it just, the things that you guys allow us to do and go judge has really just helped expand our network. And livestock judging isn't all about just the winning and being able to do things. Yeah, it's fun. The networking has been the best part for me.
Before you leave, can you get a picture with the board?
Yep.
If you guys can leave your stuff right there, because it's set up so nicely, if you guys want to gather around them, I'm happy to take a picture. Just so nice and yeah.
Let's just go here.
Okay.
I think you go out.
Yeah, it's gonna wheel around there. Hold on.
Somebody's writing these things.
I'll play that in the center.
Brett Fair. Or is it refresh?
You got all that, you got them all?
About lines up.
And these are just from state, and there's more.
Wow. You need a whole room for all these boards.
It's all right, don't worry about it. Just take it. The main one.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Good job.
Great job, guys. We're proud of you.
I don't know.
That's for sure.
Yep. Yeah, there's only some. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Impressive.
All right. Okay, thank you again for all the recognitions tonight. We had several. It just goes to show there's a lot of great things in all different areas going on here this year. So at this point, I am going to recess the regular meeting, and we are going to open up the public hearing that we have tonight. So at that point, I want to start the public hearing now. I've got several things here to go through. Okay, so the next item here is the preliminary hearing on the proposed project. If you're interested in speaking at the hearing, please make sure that you have signed in on the sign-in sheet and include your name and address. After a presentation by the administration and its advisors, there will be an opportunity for the public to make comments about the project. At the hearing, we will ask that each person limits their comments to 3 minutes and that the topic be limited to the proposed project under consideration. The notice of the preliminary determination hearing was published as legally required. At this time, I will ask Dr. Moore to explain the purpose of the hearing.
Pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1.1-20-3.1, a school corporation must hold 2 public hearings and adopt a resolution to preliminary determine to issue bonds or enter a lease for a project which has a total project cost in excess of certain thresholds. These public hearings and the future consideration of resolutions are the very beginning of the legal process. We note that no board action is legally required at this hearing. Rather, this hearing is solely to hear public comment regarding the project.
Okay, so we will now hear from Dr. Moore again about the process of determining and communicating the project to the community and the need for the project.
Over the past year, the Delphi Community School Corporation has engaged in a comprehensive and intentional process to assess our facilities, identify priorities, and plan for the future of our school district. This work began with a full facilities assessment in partnership with Performance Services. Through this process, we evaluated the condition of our buildings, infrastructure, and systems across all campuses. This allowed us to clearly identify both immediate needs and long-term improvements required to maintain safe, functional, and high-quality learning environments. The total of all of those projects is around $50 million. In addition to the facilities assessment, we aligned this work with our broader district planning efforts, gathered input from administrators and staff, families and students, and we've also worked to keep our board and community informed through ongoing discussions. Through this work, several key priorities emerged, and the projects included in this bond reflect those needs moving forward. Infrastructure and system upgrades, so planned improvements related to HVAC upgrades, boiler replacements, chiller work, along with window and roofing repairs to address aging systems across multiple buildings. Early childhood and student programming, continuing the development of that with outdoor learning spaces, including potential new playground equipment, learning environment enhancements, locker room renovations, bathroom partition replacements, interior facility improvements, site and operational improvements, parking lot repair, sidewalk improvements, and other maintenance needs. Additionally, athletics and student experience, planned upgrades to track, tennis court improvements, as well as enhancements to athletic fields and facilities. Technology and systems, such as backup internet, and of course, communication and safety across the district. This plan reflects a multi-year phased approach across 2026 through 2028, allowing our district to prioritize needs while maintaining fiscal responsibility. At every step, our goal has been to ensure that we're not only maintaining our buildings, but also creating environments where students feel safe, supported, and prepared for success. This proposed bond allows us to move forward with those priorities in a responsible and transparent way while continuing to invest in the future of our students and our community.
Okay. We will now hear from Mr. Chad Blacklock as well as Dr. Moore about how the proposed project will be financed, as well as information about the effect on the typical property taxpayer. Welcome, Chad.
Thanks for having me. Right, just a few slides to run through here. All right, so this particular slide shows the Delphi Community Schools current outstanding annual debt payments, starting in 2026 with existing current debt being paid off in 2037. This slide shows your current property tax levy to repay the annual payments that were on the previous slide. Again, you can see going out through 2037, and we have a lot of cliffs or drops upcoming in your current debt service levy. Then this slide takes the previous slide, but just layers on the potential 2026 borrowing of the $12,980,000 as kind of the first tranche of your project that you're proposing. And you can see that this still has a cliff coming back in 2029, so you could issue the second tranche of your project to bring on those payments in 2029. And then this last slide just outlines all the legal parameters of the proposed project, being the par amount of the bonds, the $12,980,000, the estimated cost of issuing the debt, $270,000. That leaves the estimated proceeds available for your actual construction cost of $12,710,000. The estimated interest rate is between 3% and 6%. Today's rate is around 3.8 to 4%. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Maximum term for the bond issue is 20 years. Estimated total interest cost at the full 6% is $8,503,950. The maximum annual payment, $3,650,000. Maximum tax rate impact, 0.4641. but the net overall increase to the tax levy is net zero. The school corporation's max annual payments as a percentage of NAV is 51%. Direct and overlapping debt as a percentage of NAV is 4.65%. There.
Thank you, Chad. Okay. Okay, with that, we will now open up the public hearing for public comment. Remember, if you would like to speak, please make sure that you have signed in on the sign-in sheet. I have the sign-in sheet here. If you haven't signed in and you still would like to, you're welcome to. I do have one person in attendance, Gail Connors. Are you still interested in speaking tonight?
Not at this time.
That's fine.
I'm so shocked, to be honest.
Okay.
Wow.
Is there anyone else here that would like to speak? This is a public hearing. This is the time for public comment. Okay, hearing none, we will go ahead and close the public hearing and continue with the regular meeting. Okay. We are on to thank you, Chad, appreciate it. You're welcome. We are on to number 5 on your agenda, the consent items. So I'd like to get a motion to discuss 5A through BB, A including the minutes of the April 12th, 2026 meeting, the B being the monthly and payroll claims fund transfer report, C, the approval of monthly financial report as submitted by the treasurer. We have several retirements and resignations here, as well as recommendations for new hires, and a couple of fundraisers, basketball camps, YMCA camp, lifeguard training, as well as Delphi Main Street asking to use our facility for the July 4th weekend. That rounds out 5BB. So I'd like to get a motion to discuss 5A through BB as presented.
So moved.
Okay.
Any questions or discussions? Okay. Hearing none. All in favor of 5A through BB as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. We have public comment at the end, but I do want to say a couple things here that we just voted on. We do have a couple retirements in here that for people that have been here for a long time. So I'd like to at least just recognize Carla Bradshaw has announced her retirement from the high school, as well as Monica Gaynor with her retirement, and also a new one, Kathy Strasser. Tim said he finally let her do it. So, and then we do have another one on here, Mr. Hawk's resignation. I want to thank Mr. Hawk for his time here. He is finishing out the school year. He came on in the middle of a semester, basically the middle of a year. Was able to help us out for a lot. So there's always several things on the consent items. We try not to make sure that there's anything unseen, but I do want to congratulate and thank those people that were definitely involved in that. So just let's give a round of applause for the people that were. Also, Dr. Moore would like to recognize Courtney Cree tonight. She is taking a new position next year, so a big step for her, jumping out of first grade into a student support specialist, Title I position. So congratulations on that. Abigail Goodman is also here. She is also taking a role in the student behavioral specialist position. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody else. I know Jamie Robinette is not here, but she is jumping into one of those student achievement specialist positions as well. So these are exciting times for these teachers. I don't want to say a loss, but it's exciting for them to transition into something else. I will say one of my boys is in Courtney's class, and she's a great teacher. So, I mean, she'll do great things as she moves on. So, Okay, moving forward here, Mr. Hawk, do you have a presentation for CEC, or is that just a double up one?
Ms. Carlson has one.
All right, Mrs. Carlson, you're up.
All right, so we thought we would share what we did for Roundup this year, and then with the addition of our pre-K Roundup, we just wanted to share a little bit of what we did on each night. They're very similar. Pre-K is new, that was a new one this year, and so it was a much simplified version as opposed to the kindergarten Roundup. So similar idea, just a lot less involved. Just wanted to get the littles in the building, see the space, and get them excited about coming to school, so. All right. Do this the right way. There we go.
So for kindergarten roundup, we had Mrs. Carlson and Mr. Hawk greeted the students as they came in the door. And then the 5 of us, 6 of us teachers had a space in the gym, and each kindergarten student came to one of us and we tested them with a Brigance test. Do they know their letters? Do they know their numbers? Can they write their name? Things like that, just so we can have a benchmark, there you go, of them coming into kindergarten, so we can know what to expect from them. And then the families got to visit the nurse's office, and then Mr. Troy gave everyone coloring books and crayons before they got on the bus, and the parents seemed to have as much fun on the bus as the kids did.
And then we had a spot in the library where they could have a photo op. And then we had a place for parents to be able to log on and register their child. And then we had help for people. Yeah, we had
Later
people
was
there
there as well
yes.
to help non-English speaking families.
And then they visited Miss Irene in the cafeteria and got a little snack. And then Carroll County Promise was set up in the library for the 529, getting their college education set up. And then our another stop was vision screening with the Lions Club. The Lions Club did that.
And then when the children were done with their tour and they did the different activities and gone through the testing, before they left, they stopped to see Mrs. Carlson or Mr. Hawk, and they were all given a book the night before kindergarten. And these were provided from the Delphi chapter of the Psi Iota Psi sorority. And they all got a t-shirt. Massive. I don't know if I want to say that here or not. Be here for me.
So overall, we had 70 in attendance, 62 are completely registered, ready to go. 13 are in process, waiting on proof of residency, birth certificates, things like that. So it looks at overall right now, 75. So we're right at where we want to be. We'd like to get more. So I think it was a success. And then, so I'm going to do our pre-K one. So pre-K was new. So we went with an ocean theme. We like our themes in kindergarten and the early childhood sector. So we plan to rotate our themes every 2 years. And so next year we'll have a new theme for kindergarten, most likely, and we'll keep the ocean theme. So we had that the following week. The kids came in and they got a little bag for their goodies and a brochure for parents to follow through the building. Greeted them at the door, and then mainly they just went to each of the different classrooms to meet the different pre-K teachers. So Mrs. Harrison and Mrs. Brewer were in one room. They gave out an ocean coloring book as well as parent guidance on the pre-kindergarten standards for reading and math from the state. And then we had in Mrs. Rush's room, they could do a jellyfish handprint and label that with googly eyes. And then in Mrs. B's room, there was a pool with ocean animals and Delphi wristbands. so they could fish for one of the, two of the different items and say hi to the teachers in there. And then we also had the registration station as well, for people to register. And then there was also a photo booth, and then Mr. Troy was the shark and played the Baby Shark song, I'm sure we all know, for the kids as they walk through the gym. And then they could stop in the office and the nurse's station as well. Go through the lunch line as well for some goldfish, I think that was the other one. And then instead of a bus ride, they just did a bus tour, so they just got to get on the bus, look at it. We thought that was enough for the littles. And then overall, 19 in attendance, 16 are registered completely right now, and 1 is in process. So our goals next year would be to obviously to make sure we boost that up, being a new thing. And then just some ideas looking forward, possibly combining the 2 nights for more attendance. Some things to ensure. We did have some people that came to visit from other places. We're having a hard time getting a hold of those. So we realized some things we need to improve upon to make sure we have everyone we need to get registered. So that's it. Thank you for listening.
Okay, Mr. Dale is busy, so Dr. Moore is going to update us on athletics, and then she's going to follow that up with her superintendent report.
Okay, related to softball, we'll be hosting the 2nd annual Delphi Invitational the weekend of May 8th through 9th, or we already did. Participating teams were Winamac, North Newton, Frankfort, Tipton, Frankton, Lebanon, and Clinton Prairie. That was this past weekend. This has become an excellent event for the department. Our conference championship will be hosted between Bob Connor Field and the Abbey and Libby Memorial Park the week of May 18th. So that's coming up. Follow that week up with hosting the sectional on the week of Memorial Day, May 25th. And we play in the first game on Memorial Day at 5:30. The championship is slated for Thursday, May 28th. Tennis, they have already hosted the HHC Girls Tennis Championship that was held on May 9th. The Oracle Open is set for July 25th. Registration will be coming out soon. Moratorium dates, continue the previous plan this summer with having no contact moratorium from June 25th through July 5th, also on July 17th, July 24th, and July 31st. Pool usage, we partnered with Twin Lakes Swim Club. Twin Lakes Pool is under repair, so they'll be conducting their practices at our pool in exchange for allowing Delphi swimmers to participate, and it's a great benefit to our swim team. Also, due to the Twin Lake Repairs, Indiana Beach will be conducting lifeguard training here through the end of May. And those are the updates from Mr. Dale. Continuing with my report, as we approach the end of the 2025-2026 school year, I can't believe next week we will be saying goodbye to our students. Our district continues to focus on 3 major priorities: improving our facilities, strengthening instruction, and planning strategically for the future of our school corporation. The work taking place across our schools reflects our commitment to ensuring every student has access to safe, modern learning environments and, of course, meaningful opportunities for success. But I want to take a moment to recognize our teachers and staff. Last week was Teacher and Staff Appreciation Week, and I am incredibly grateful for the dedication, care, and commitment that everyone shows our students each day. I was excited to visit each building and provide every staff member with a polo that I saw some people sporting tonight. But I want to thank everyone for all that they do for our school district, because truly it takes a team. In addition, with your approval tonight, I'm excited for our spring newsletter to arrive in mailboxes soon. As much as we promote social media, it's important that we are getting out our newsletters to community members here in Delphi and beyond to make sure that everyone knows the great things that are happening. Construction and facility improvements. We had a wonderful presentation tonight and hearing about the upcoming and construction projects that we're seeking approval for. These projects are important investments in the future of our schools and community. I think it's important that our community knows that we do not receive enough operations funding from the state to complete these major facility projects. As you heard, our facility assessment, totaling $50 million as assessed through the facility assessment that was completed through Performance Services. So these needs we hope to address through bonds over the next 10 years, even though, as you saw, the presentation that was given covers 3 years and $12.9 million. So these include the safety improvements, HVAC upgrades, and other major capital projects necessary to maintain our safe and modern learning environments. But at the same time, we remain focused on protecting classroom funding, prioritizing instruction. Our goal is to, of course, keep as much funding as possible directed toward teachers, curriculum, student supports, and instructional programming. I think it's important to note that school districts are allowed to transfer up to 15% of education dollars to the operations fund. In the past, we have transferred between 10%, 5%, and now only 3%. So again, prioritizing classroom and education. So the bond projects ensure that we can continue to support the ongoing repairs, the maintenance, transportation, utilities, and the bond projects are used specifically for the larger facility improvements. So construction timelines for our 2025 bond, we'll have work beginning. As much as we say goodbye to students, we have work that will be beginning at Camden on the 22nd, and then at our elementary school, our middle school, and the corporate office beginning on the 26th of May. Our June and July board meetings will take place at Delphi Community High School Commons due to the construction that will be taking place here in this building. And this week, we are kicking off those projects by having meetings with Performance Services to ensure that construction is successful as it begins. Our administrative team, I want to thank them for their hard work this year. They've remained focused on instructional improvement and student achievement as we prepare for the 26-27 school year. Work has continued. I'm sorry that Mrs. Kirkwood left, but they're working hard on scheduling, staffing, accountability systems, professional learning. During Late Start, I will be seeing the elementary school this Wednesday to continue sharing information about the new accountability model that I shared with you during a previous board meeting. We want to make sure we continue aligning our instructional practices to best support student success. And we're continuing to strengthen our partnerships. We already have some strong partnerships with Ivy Tech, with our city, with our PTO, PTA, and we appreciate them being here as well. And so we want to continue forming those partnerships and planning for the future. And as a district, I just want to emphasize that we are planning for long-term success. So evaluating our staffing structures, refining our operational systems, improving registration, as Mrs. Carlson just highlighted in our enrollment processes, and just planning how our resources are allocated best to support students and staff. So as we move into summer, we remain focused on completing projects efficiently, preparing for the upcoming school year, and continuing to build a district that provides every student every opportunity. And I'm truly grateful and proud to be the superintendent here. So thank you.
All right, lots of information there. Okay, I think we're done with reports. We're going to move forward to number 8, which is new business on your agenda. I'd like to get a motion to discuss 8A and B, A being the IXL Learning's site license for grades 6 through 8, as well as 8B, the Skyward software license agreement. So moved. Dr. Moore.
The first item is for licenses for our 6th through 8th graders for students in the areas of both math and reading. This is a great support that meets students at their level and is really useful to all students across the middle school. So I'm seeking your approval on that. And I'll let Joe speak about the Skyward licenses.
So the Skyward software license is just a renewal of our existing Skyward software, which is our SIS, which is what we use for gradebook, attendance, and all that good stuff, food service, basically everything student facing.
Any questions on 8A or B? Okay, All in favor of 8A and B, the IXL Learning Site license for grade 6 through 8 and Skyward software licenses, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. I'd like to get a motion now for 8C and D. 8C being the Toshiba eStudio 4525 AC, and 8D, the Pioneer Roku TV acquisition and equipment reallocation, I should say.
So moved. Second.
Yep.
Okay, so in an effort to make things even and level across the buildings, we were looking to add another copier printer to Camden so that they would have a color copier essentially. And so that C would be to add one color copier, it'd be a 4-year lease, and at the end of that, we would own that machine. Typically, you can get another 2 to 3, 4 years out of them after you own them. So at that point, we'd just be paying for service. It's just over $5,000. And then D is for the Pioneer TVs. So the plan here is to move the viewboard touchscreens where the touch capability is not used as often or hardly at all in some middle school and high school classrooms to elementary school classrooms. Those viewboards cost about $3,000 each. So instead of trying to outfit our 17 existing classrooms that still have the old projectors, we're moving those viewboards from the high school, middle school to the elementary school, and then replacing them in those rooms with the TVs, which are much cheaper, and still provides the teachers with the technology that they need to run their classrooms efficiently. And we did check with the teachers that are having their viewboards moved, and they agreed that they did not need that level. They don't use the touch. So they were on board with the plan too. And when I showed them the fancy clicker that they'll get that lets them move things on the screen from across the room, they were excited about it. So.
All right, any questions for Jeff? All right, thanks, Jeff. Okay, all in favor of 8C, which is the Toshiba Studio 4525 AC printer for Camden, as well as 8D, the Pioneer Roku TV acquisition and equipment reallocation as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Okay, 8E, I'd like to get a motion to discuss Reallyville, the character education.
Second.
Dr. Moore.
So each building uses character education programs, and currently they're using Character Strong. Through their recommendation and Mrs. Gaynor's recommendation with Mrs. Kirkwood, this is the program that they feel strongly about. And so this is their recommendation to purchase this curriculum.
This is for the middle school grades 6 through 8 as well.
That is correct.
Any questions or comments on that?
What was the cost of that? I can't get that to open.
It is, I believe it's 700, what the exact amount. There you go.
Thank you.
And we had before,
Character Strong.
yeah, but even before that, that was really expensive, wasn't it?
The Leader in Me.
Yeah.
And that is a very expensive.
Yeah, so this has it's $950 with a $200 discount at $750.
Yeah, thank you.
And it's access to 3 years of video and lesson content is what we would have access to, which is a great deal.
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor of 8E Reallyville character education, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. 8F, I'd like to get a motion to discuss performance services, performance assurance agreement.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Dr. Moore.
And I'm gonna turn it over to Chris.
This is just our agreement with Performance to monitor our solar system and maintain it.
So this is the year 8 agreement.
Yes.
For $7,466, correct? So this is basically a continuation of monitoring our solar fields. Any questions on that? Okay. All in favor of 8F, the Performance Services Performance Assurance Agreement, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Okay, 8G, I'd like to get a motion to discuss Kidder Media. This is that spring newsletter we were talking about. So,
Second.
Dr. Moore.
As I shared earlier, I think it's important not only to utilize social media to share the great things happening at Delphi, but also this is an actual newsletter that will go in mailboxes, not only in our Delphi community, but beyond. It's a 4-page full color newsletter. And, you know, I do receive a lot of feedback, as I'm sure you do as well, just about all the great things that are happening. Reached out and had several staff members that are contributing, you know, to these stories and writing them. So just excited to highlight the great things happening here too. Again, our school community and beyond.
This is for 13,484 copies that will be mailed. So
That
this
includes
is,
the postage as well,
so
not
this
just the
is,
printing.
this is going out far and wide. Any questions on that? Okay. All in favor of 8G, the Kidder Media Spring Newsletter, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Okay, 8H, let's get a motion to discuss creative flooring for the high school.
So
Do we have a second?
Second.
Chris?
I haven't seen this, so this was, like, the flooring stuff was done between head custodian and principals.
And then to me. So as you can see in the recommendation, it lists each of the areas that will be worked on with the total costs listed. So this is through the recommendation of Austin with Mr. Long and was given to me.
Any questions on the flooring repairs?
Installation material and labor. And right now we are, you know, we've approved previously to put in the band lockers, and this also, which is the right time to do that, is to work on the flooring with the band locker area as well, while that's being installed.
Any questions or comments on that? Okay. Hearing none. All in favor of 8H, creative flooring for the DCHS, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Okay, I'd like to get a motion for 8I and J. The first one, I, being the NIESC Dietitian Consortium Services Contract. That would be from August 1st, 2026 through June 1st, 2027. And I'd also like to get one for 8J, the NIESC School Nutrition Mentor Agreement and School Nutrition Mentor Plus Agreement as presented.
So moved.
Second, Dr. Moore.
So this is continuing to provide support to Amanda, who's in attendance tonight. She has already started working with the dietitian through the Northern Indiana Education Service Center, as well as the mentor. And so far, I mean, Amanda, I won't speak for you about how things have been going, but if you'd like to comment on so far what you have felt the services are and how we want to continue with these agreements.
So, with not having an assistant, this is definitely a cheaper route, and, with, the niece that can mentor, it's our procurement group, so I'm getting hands-on information that's not gonna steer me wrong. Anything I have, freaking state stuff, that I have questions on, filling out, applications online, she's right there to help me out. And the same with the dietitian, she'll help with the menu, she'll help with anything I need to make sure, all of the information is correct. And we are, basically staying up on everything that's coming out. And so definitely, two good programs. It's very beneficial.
Okay, any questions or comments on those two? All right, hearing none. All in favor of 8I and J, the NIESC dietitian consortium contract and the school nutrition mentor agreement as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Okay, we're getting through the list here. 8J, I'd like to get a motion to discuss the MOU for Sandy Hook Promise Foundation and DCSC.
So
Second. Dr. Moore.
This is the anonymous reporting system that I shared with you earlier in the year, and that has been shared with our administration team as well as our directors. We were trying to work with Purdue to get a grant for this reporting system, and that didn't go through with Purdue. However, I have a relationship with the company, and they want to provide the service for us. So even without the grant funding, they would provide this to us for free. So the training, the actual tool, and this will be comprehensive K through 12. And so even though our elementary students will not have, the electronic system to report, they will be taught how to, report concerns to an adult, and they will be given those skills. So I think it's valuable across the board, K through 12. Our student services department is on board with implementing this project, and we're just excited that Sandy Hook allows us to be working alongside them. So asking for your approval of the agreement for the free service.
Okay. All in favor of 8J, the MOU for the Sandy Hook Promise Foundation and DCSC free service, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, 8K, this is a new one here on the agenda. I'd like to get a motion to approve the resolution to accept transfer and retitling of a 2021 Dodge Charger police vehicle.
So moved. Second.
Dr. Moore.
So our vehicle was no longer working, and so very kind of the Carroll County Sheriff's Department to donate this vehicle to us. So I would like to thank them. So asking for you to accept the transfer of this vehicle to us.
it's working.
This vehicle is working. That is correct. It's a working vehicle. Good question.
Last one lasted about probably 12 years they gave us too.
All right, all in favor of 8K, the resolution to accept the transfer and retitling of a 2021 Dodge Charger police vehicle, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, 8K and L, I'd like to get a motion to discuss the Glossum food equipment two-door freezer with an increase of a price since the quote, as well as the Glossum food equipment disposer. There was a freight charge increase added to the invoice. I'd like a motion to discuss 8K and L.
So
Second.
Okay, is this Amanda?
Yes, so, apparently, it was my fault, obviously. It was an older quote, so,
streets yet.
the $210.10 increase, just for the equipment, was just because it was an older quote, it wasn't updated. And then the freight charge also was not included, that was $197. So, going forward, I have to make sure that I request, I need freight charge on there as well. It was just an oversight. So, moving forward, I can do better at this.
Okay, so we have approved these, but there was a little bit of change in there.
Yeah.
So that's what she is explaining there. Any other questions or comments on that? Okay. All in favor of the 8K and L, the increased price on 8K and also the freight charge upgrade on L, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. 8M, the summer cafeteria, I'd like to get a motion to discuss summer cafeteria pay increase effective from 5/26 through 6/22 of 2026 recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Moore?
And I'll turn that over to Amanda.
So our staff, they're only contracted for 184 days. So technically it's all voluntary, I can't talk. Usually to combat that and to kind of thank them for stepping forward, because if it wasn't for them, we couldn't run for summer. It's a slight pay increase just for the time frame of summer of $2.
So this is something we've done every summer, is that
Right,
correct?
right.
So this isn't new, this is just, we've approved this going into the summer to allow the cafeteria staff to get paid for it outside of what they usually get paid.
It's a good incentive.
Any questions or comments?
What's the total cost to do that?
Let's see.
It's a $2 per hour increase, so I'd have to.
It's
I
only
didn't
for
know.
six cafeteria workers, 3 at the high school and 3 at the elementary school, which is what's required.
It's a small number is what I was getting at.
Yeah, it's $2 an hour extra just to add a little bit for their time.
And
Probably
it's
under
not
60
full time,
bucks.
so it's no more than 6 hours out of the day, it's even that.
Yeah, but it just makes it a little more enticing and
Comes out of
thanking the
cafeteria
people for
fund.
coming in and making it
Yeah.
worth their drive. Yeah, well, okay. All in favor of 8M, the summer cafeteria pay increase effective from 5/26 through 6/22, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. 8N, I'd like to get a motion to discuss benchmark the DCES emergency pump repair.
Somebody-
All right, Chris, yeah, you're up.
Sorry.
Keep it moving.
So what happened, the bearing went bad on one of the pumps for the boiler, loop, and the shaft got gouged. So they had to pull the pump and rebuild it and put a new shaft in. So that's what that is.
This was at the elementary school?
Yes.
At least it's not February.
So this is an emergency repair.
It was like February-ish. So that's why it was an emergency. We had
So
to keep it
we're
going.
just getting caught up on this is what it looks like. The total's, $5,954.88. Any questions on this benchmark bill for emergency repairs? Okay, all in favor of 8N, the benchmark DCES emergency pump repair, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Then we have one more here, 8O, the motion for the elevated DCES wheelchair lift repair. Do I have a motion to discuss?
So moved.
Second.
Is this your guess?
Okay, so I've had this quote for a month or so because I was trying to get clarification on, they just said the rollers are bad, so apparently the rollers are part of what picks the lift up. So when you go on it right now, it goes up and then it falls to the side. So currently they're carrying students until we can get this fixed.
Where is this located in the building?
It's in the office, between the office and the cafeteria.
This is $8,300 price tag. Any questions?
Do we get bids on that or is that sole source for?
We're in a contract with them because they do our inspections.
Okay.
It's a repair, not a new replace, right?
Right.
How much is a new lift?
I think they're a lot.
About 18.
How long have we had that? Yeah.
I'd have to research it.
I just want, it might be, get a new one, you get a warranty.
Tim said it's been a long time.
I was just talking to her, not to you.
How many,
Pretty good, isn't it?
It's been there for a long time.
how many years you been here, Tim?
A long time.
Was it here before you or after?
No, I would say it's been there at least 10 or 15 years.
Well, that's a lot, isn't it?
How long have you been here for?
9.
That's not very long.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Chris. All in favor of 8-0 for the wheelchair lift repair at the elementary school, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Okay, we're all done with new business. Moving on here. Number 9, several donations here and thank yous. I'd like to thank Carol White RMC for a monetary donation to the Delphi High School Band. Mayor Cameron Yates, the monetary donation to the Math Bowl. I think he was here.
He just left.
So I'd like to thank him. Kappa Kappa with a monetary donation to the choir. Logansport Pair or Better Mother of Twins monetary donation to Camden Nurse. Mr. John Allred, a monetary donation to the Academic Super Bowl. Tavis and Bobby Elson, monetary donation to Academic Super Bowl. Karen Sawyer, a monetary donation to the 8th grade ECA. The DCES PTA, which I believe we have some members here tonight. Field trip donations for canal field trips, Columbian Park, and shirts for the incoming kindergarten and pre-K. Also, Mr. John Dunn, a monetary donation to the Bracketology Club. And one that's not on here, I believe Dr. Moore donated to the band. Is that correct? Academic Super Bowl, sorry. So there's another donation there. So we definitely don't want to forget anybody that donates anything. And we are very thankful for all of those. So thank you again for that. We do have a current future date here, May 30th, which is graduation. We are at that point, and Laura looks excited. What will you be wearing that day? What blow up do you have for graduation?
Oh, I haven't decided yet. I better get it on order.
Okay. You don't have a long
Get on
time.
it.
The 30th is right around the corner.
It's a good idea. I've been wondering what my outfit was gonna be, but you just solved the problem.
And then any other future dates that the board may have that they may want to be on there. I know there's some award nights and things coming up.
Senior trips Friday.
Senior Trips Friday, where's that to?
Kings Island.
Kings Island. All right.
Wow, lucky dogs.
Anything else? Okay. We are at the very end. We do have patron comments now that we've got through everything that would allow everybody to either have questions answered or unanswered questions. I did not have anybody signed up for patron comments. Did anybody have one they wanted to add? Okay. Now we are to board comments, and we will start with our class representatives.
I can. Okay, so I just wanted to say thank you to the advisory council. Obviously, they left, but because I fell off, girl. But I like that they pointed out the trying to improve the career classes, and I think we've really seen that this year with Mrs. Wagner. It's her first year as a CNA teacher, but we've done a lot of great things in her class. Today, we did a teddy bear clinic with the first graders, and I don't know, Ms. Cregan maybe comment on this, but I think it was very, very fun and very educational for the first graders to not be like as scared of the doctors. And then even Miss Young, neither of us have had her, but she's been very like open to help us with fundraisers, making breakfast for the seniors, anything that we need. And then congratulations to the livestock team. That was amazing of them. They didn't know everything that they do, so that's really cool. And I just think it's very nice to have such good staff that makes us sad that they're retiring. Like, especially Ms. Bradshaw, like I didn't know that. It makes me really sad. And obviously, thank you guys very much for having us here this year.
I also want to kind of echo off her, so thank you to the superintendent student advisory council. I think the presentation was really great, and it was great to see all of the work they have put in this year, taking all the considerations from students, all of that. I like how they condensed the logo into one. That was really nice to see. And I just love seeing student involvement and everything. It's super nice to see how everything that we're saying around the school is being heard and it's not just being listened to and nothing's done about it. And then also congratulations to the livestock judging team. I know they left, but I think those are really great accomplishments. Even though I don't really know much about that area, it's just nice to see all the things going on in our school and the success that they have had this year. And then also I just wanted to shout out Mrs. Wagner for the Teddy Bear Clinic and the 16 students. I think that was really successful and it was great to see all the first graders really enjoy their day today. I know that they really enjoyed it, at least from my perspective. So yeah, and then thank you for allowing us to be here this year. It was really nice.
Thank you. Mr. Schwarzkopf.
Thank you. I want to thank everybody that's came and attended, even those who have left. Yeah, the livestock, it's kind of close to the heart, I guess, and they've been performing. They actually have another member, Madison McCain, Maddie. She actually has high place honors also. And so that whole team is quite well. I just want to highlight her because she wasn't able to attend. For those who are retiring, I know we've got a big people that we are sad to see of the whole year. We've been kind of doing a lot, but again, to the three here that are Carla's going to be missed, no doubt about that. Monica, she has been an extremely great person to put us on a light track to what she's done. I appreciate everything she did. Kathy, and I'm going to say it for maybe hopefully, but Kathy's been the walnut tree that has stood the test of time. And that she has, she's worked with Lori, I know, over the years and stuff like that. And it's sad to see when those people, want to retire. But on the same token, I know grandmahood is going to be better than what it is today. So we want to thank Kathy. Mr. Hawk, I know Zach said, but thank you for your time here. We always say in life, we hope to make it better when we left than what we started with, and it is better. I guarantee you that. In your next endeavors, whatever it is, hey, we wish you luck. Beyond that, the presentations, as the gals have said, I'm not going to steal too much thunder there. I will kind of highlight a little bit on the on the kindergarten enrollment. Just thinking back over the years and everything, we normally get another somewhere 15, 25 more seems to sign up after this is all done as we get closer next year. So that's going to put us back in the 100 and potentially, right? And when we get our newsletter out here, our spring, which will let people still know we're still bringing them in, that I think, again, thank you. I got to spend a little time there. I know Gil got to spend a lot more, but just seeing the excitement coming in and out. And I think somebody had to go reprint some more brochures because we got more than we anticipated. So that is just great in my book. That just shows the excitement that people want to come to Delphi, not just as a high schooler, right? But they want to invest their kids here for 13 years. And that's the people that we really want to thank on that part. The church was neat. I want to say one thing about the bond, about what we discussed. It sounds like a lot of money, $12 million. I don't know if I've been on the board and have done a $12 million project that way. But think about this. We do a lot of $2-3 million bonds, and every time it costs us between $300,000 and $400,000. We do $1 million bond. It's the same as we do a 12. So we are going to save the school corporation probably, in my estimation, $600,000-$700,000 by doing one. It doesn't mean that we're throwing everything out there at one time. There is projects that's dedicated to, and so to be able to get the stuff that's been identified by performance services and stuff. I don't want to get behind the game. Russ, everything has been relooked at. And so I just want to say to the public, that we're thinking about not only how do we keep things up, but how do we save your taxpayer money? And that is a critical way in my book. Okay, I left stuff for you.
I'm not sure.
I did.
I'm checking off things as like he goes down the list. I don't have anything
That's
left.
only two.
I want to echo though, Carla, Monica Gaynor, Kathy, Mr. Hawk, thank you. Your time here is appreciated and you've left a legacy. Ms. Wertz, 35 years at Camden. That's that piece of connection to your community that is huge. And if we could just get everybody to do that, what a legacy we'd have as a school corporation. I had the honor of listening to an alumni of Delphi speak last week at Lions Club. He went on to become sheriff in Tippecanoe County, served on the council. He's now running for state rep. But he talked about at the Lions Club, the people that molded him and changed him were the teachers at Delphi Community School Corporation. Talked about elementary teachers. He talked about middle school teachers and 2 or 3 high school teachers that helped him understand these are the passions. And it was talking about things. He said it wasn't math and science. It was Mr. Beal and talking about EMTs and the paramedic work. And I'm sorry, I forget the other teacher he started talking about, but it led him into that path of public service. And he said, 40 years later, that's what he has to look back on. And, so for all the teachers that are here, the Teacher Appreciation Week that we just left behind, really those efforts and those opportunities to make a difference, you change lives and you have that opportunity every single day. And that's really a cool thing. And the FFA livestock team is a great example of that. The last 2 or 3 years, we've been able to watch them grow. And Clayton really said it best. As they're doing this, they're making relationships in different places. They're networking. They're meeting other schools. I already see him grow in the last 2 years. His growth has been huge. You can see he's got a path forward that he didn't have a couple years ago. And the experiences that he's now allowed to have because of this is great. Student Advisory Council, I do appreciate that council and their ability, as you stated, or both of you stated, they get a chance to weigh in, and that student voice is a big part of what we should always be looking at. I want to thank you to the Carroll County Sheriff Department. I enjoyed Kindergarten Roundup. Lions Club does go over and do vision screening. We had, I think, 3 or 4 kids that failed the vision screening that we do. And we've had some testimonies about what that means to kids at that age, that even the doctors that they go see for their checkups miss this stuff, because if they can't see something, it may not mean that they're not seeing it. And so that little simple picture we take of their eyes really can alert some kids. And we've had some great testimonies about all of a sudden they can see leaves. They can see kids playing that they couldn't see before. It's really a neat thing. So glad to be a part of that. And class reps, thank you guys for your voice, for serving this year. It's been a lot of fun having you here, and good luck with everything. Hopefully you'll have an experience you can talk about for a long time. So thank you.
That's more than I do.
I know. I repeated you.
I'd like to thank our student reps, and we'll see you guys walk across the stage in a couple of weeks. So congratulations. Mr. Hawk, I want to thank you for your time here. It's been great to know you. Always look forward to seeing you standing there greeting the kids, and good to see you. I want to bring up the point about Coach Long. That's a fantastic milestone that he reached last week, 600 career victories. That's outstanding. I mean, I think we're in the midst of a Hall of Famer right here at Delphi in that regard. So I want to bring that to light, that he's done an outstanding job with our program. And I want to thank everyone for being here tonight, and 2 more weeks. That's all I've got.
Mr. Priest. What my fellow board members have said. I try not to be as long-winded as they were.
That's what we've been talking about.
You're gonna have to invent some new information.
Teacher and staff appreciation was last week, and I want to reiterate how much they are appreciated. They're phenomenal. I'd like to congratulate you again, Camden staff and students who we recognize tonight. I really enjoy that part of our board meeting, to see the recognition that they rightfully deserve. Final exams are coming up at the end of the semester for the students. Good luck. I know it's stressful. But you'll get through it. Someday you'll be old as us. I'm looking
Well,
forward
that's a
to
lot.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing a picture of livestock fishing team that they took with the board. Maybe we can get that put up in our ag room or maybe even in their school or somewhere. But the FFA live fishing team has just done a phenomenal job, and I don't think that they get the recognition that they rightfully deserve. If they're a sports team, then lead story at Channel 18 News. Yeah, I look forward to seeing
I doubt
everybody in
Channel
our
18, that's about.
graduation coming up for 26 here in a couple weeks.
Mr. Strasser.
Okay, once again, I'll keep this short, but echoing my fellow board members' comments, there was a lot to comment about tonight. And then the resignation, or not resignation, the retirements of some very dedicated people, to include my wife, and what do I want to say? Not only the dedication, but the caring that they have as they do their jobs is really neat to see. So this was the 4th year that my wife said she was going to retire, and she finally went through with it. But she will miss it. But you know, we've got a couple granddaughters. One's 3 years old and one's fairly newborn, so she will keep busy. Congratulate the school corporation on another year. It's almost graduating time. And, thank you for the leadership as we went through a full year, an academic year. So this is a lot that we got going on, and I'm pretty proud to be on the board and see what we're getting done. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you for your time on the panel here. I hope it was eye-opening and entertaining at the same time. Definitely an experience to sit through the long agendas that we get into. And so congratulate you on upcoming graduation. Like Chris said, we would see you there. So excited for graduation coming up. I can't believe it's that close to summer, but man, I'm ready for the warm weather. So we'll take that. I want to thank the PTA while they're here. So they do so many things throughout the year. Donuts with Dad, mornings with Mom. They did the carnival this year, which was something that people have been asking to bring back. That carnival was here when I was a kid. I did the cakewalk. I did not win. But maybe next year. So, it's all the things that, the fun things that we add. I get the chance to chaperone Pond Day this week, so I'm sure I'll put a lot of worms on hooks. Probably won't get to fish myself, but all of the kids are excited. Mrs. Wagner's class in the high school, both of my boys got to go there today with the teddy bear. The excitement they got from that, I'm sure everybody learned something, even if it's just caretaking. So it's the events that we put on that are what turn our young kids into good high school role models. So I want to just thank not only the PTA, but all the teachers, all the staff that come up with these ideas that I think those of us board members probably couldn't come up with. It's very exciting to do that. So also exciting to hear about the superintendent group that you had. They seem to have very much enjoyed being involved and being heard. So that's exciting to see that continue. I actually wanted to ask them a question and forgot, but I was kind of hoping to hear, are they getting other classmates coming and asking questions? Are they actually moving that information around? And I would say they probably are. So I just think that's exciting, all the fun things that we've got going on. So with that being said, hopefully we'll see everybody at graduation. Kirk has one more thing.
Question, what time are we to be there at graduation?
I'll check with Mr. Long.
Okay.
He's planning it right now.
Normally
9:30.
15, half hour before, right?
We'll make sure you're not late.
Oh, I won't be. I'm.
Kirk just wants to know if there's gonna be donuts ahead of time. That's all he wants to know.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Be there at 9 and bring the donuts and there'll be donuts.
Rossville will be, we
I
could
do
do
want to
something.
say good luck next year because Kennedy is officially one of the class presidents. So you have
Oh.
multiple questions coming.
Oh, great.
All next year.
Who'd she say?
She wanted to come today.
Aw.
Okay, I just need one more motion and that is for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.